Make48 is funded by
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
Everyone has been bitten by the invention bug. New products hit the market every day. Some succeed, many fail. But even the best ideas can take months and even years to develop. But what if that timeline was 48 hours? Welcome to Make48, where the art of invention is put to its ultimate test. The Make48 team travels across the continent, meeting individuals and teams who have a passion for making. This time, they've brought them to Kansas City's Union Station. Here, their skills will be challenged in a race against the clock. Along the way, they'll be given the tools and resources they need to be successful. A team of some of the most gifted tool techs in the business, and mentors and experts who will help them hone their ideas. 10 new teams, 48 hours, one winning product. This is the world's fastest invention competition. This is Make48. Everyone's got a big idea.
The thing that makes Make48 so special is the clock. It all comes down to the clock. If you have 48 hours to come up with a product and build a prototype and shoot a commercial, you'll do it. Why? Because you have 48 hours to get it done. In not one season, we've not had one team fail to come up with a product. Not one. So you think about that, that's pretty extraordinary. So for these people that say, I hope I'm an inventor, I hope I'm creative, I hope possibly I can put something together, for them to come here and to put that clock on them and then give them the tool techs and everything they need to be successful, then their belief level is elevated. And these other people that may know nothing or next to nothing, they're competing and they're doing well and they seem to be making progress and they're getting a prototype built. You know, it's not a paper on theory about creating or research on creating or investigating other inventors. We put them in there, and so you get 48 hours, you know, let's see what you got. We're really, really blessed for this season to have two incredible hosts. So please help me welcome Jimmy DiResta and Zyla Foxland.
My name is Jimmy DiResta. I make things for a living. I have a YouTube channel where I teach people how to make things.
My name is Zyla Foxland, and I am the Executive Director of Beauty and the Bold, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to lower the barrier to entry for girls and minorities in making, engineering, STEM, and the trades.
I've been making things ever since I was a young boy. My dad gave me the leeway to experiment and play, and that was really that's how I developed my playfulness, to just experiment. And I think it's one of the most important things when you make things is to experiment. Welcome to Make48 Kansas City.
Who's excited? You're going to be building things, designing things, and you have no idea the directions it can take you and the ways that it can change your life. And remember that failure is a part of the process. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it make you a better inventor and maker.
This weekend's going to be full of innovation, creativity, teamwork, and lots of coffee.
But you won't be alone in this adventure, don't worry. We've brought in teams of experts to help you succeed.
The tool techs this time around, some of them have great early product innovation experience and can build a bit of everything. Then we've got some who have very good specialties, sewing, crafting, woodworking. They're a passionate bunch. They're probably the secret sauce of the whole thing that make it work. They love collaboration, which in my opinion is the most important thing here. And those tool techs will put their best foot forward. They'll be on standby for the whole 48 hours and will help right up to the last whistle blows.
And I want to introduce our featured mentor of the event, Warren Tuttle from Lifetime Brands.
My name is Warren Tuttle. I'm the president of the United Inventors Association. We're the largest 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to inventor education. So we do a lot of things to help inventors learn how to develop their product, monetize their product. We are involved with a lot of inventor clubs around the country, and we do a lot of advocacy work in Washington, D.C.
Think of us as your support system. Everything that we want to do, we want to make you succeed.
The teams do so much in 48 hours, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It's so hard to come up with a really original idea. That alone is not only time, but a lot of mental energy.
Step number one, you got to come up with an idea. And if you want some advice, make sure it's an idea that you believe in. It's something that you are willing to put your face and your name behind and you would actually use.
Check with the patent attorneys, look online, make sure what you're working on is brand new.
And then once you've established that there's no intellectual property in your way, also make sure that your idea is not already on the market.
Yep.
Do a good deep search of the internet.
Right.
Make sure.
You need to build a looks like prototype. You need to look like, feels like model. It doesn't have to be the absolute finished model, and it could represent a space. It doesn't have to be the actual space. It could be a scaled model, but it has to convey your idea most importantly.
And once you've finished that minimum viable product, you're going to make a marketing video that is approximately 1 minute in length.
And you also have to do a sales sheet. Pretend that you are a company, you're gonna pitch this product. So you gotta cover all your bases.
And all of that you are gonna do in 48 hours. And one winning product will be selected to win
$10,000. All right, now it's time. We're going to tell you guys what the challenge is.
Who's nervous? I'd be nervous as if I was in your shoes. The product category for this is
Storage solutions.
Storage is a big area, big category. People have always been looking for ways to organize, to transport, to make things easier to access. At first, it seems pretty basic and straightforward, but there's a lot of facets to it, and I'm sure that there's a lot of creative solutions here.
These products are specifically going to be things that go under the sink.
Under the sink, what's under the sink? We have dishwashing pods, we have gloves, we have sponges.
Things that are in the garage.
Brooms, shovels, different types of stuff, mechanics tools.
In the fridge.
Frozen food, bottles, cans, ketchup, condiments. How are you gonna store these things?
And last but not least, in a kitchen cabinet.
Spices, random cups. So you have under the sink, in the garage, in the fridge, in the kitchen cabinet. You gotta pick something from one of those four and see it through.
Think about stackable items, think about space-saving items.
Combine your resources, think about what existing products can be improved. If you guys share concepts together, maybe you start to come up with something uniquely brand new.
And last but not least, do your research. Ask questions, search the web. Use websites like retail and online stores, crowdfunding platforms, articles, blogs, search engines, Google, the US Patent and Trademark Office, Google Patents. And don't forget about the judging criteria. So this must be a physical product. You are not building an app. Do not build an app.
No
we
apps.
want to hold something in our hands.
One product per team. And suggested retail price is somewhere between $20 or $19.99. Max price is $49.99. And that price has to include all your marketing, your packaging, everything that goes with it.
Yeah, so you gotta think about your manufacturing cost. Remember that a product on the shelves at a box store, their manufacturing cost was less than 1/4 of that final price. So if you were selling something for $20, your total cost to manufacture it must be less than $5.
Are you guys ready to begin? Ready for the countdown?
Start a countdown. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When the whistle blows, the work begins. The teams head into the pits to take the first step on their journey, the brainstorming session.
There's a lot of stuff to do throughout the whole 48 hours, but that initial starting point, if you don't get started down the right path right away, you're going to start going down the wrong path, and you're not going to get there as quick as what you need.
Watching the teams come together and bring their ideas forward, the best solution is don't say no. Take an idea and add to it, and see where it goes, and take it to the furthest logical conclusion that you can take it.
Okay, well, my name is Angel Bezos, and I am an electronics engineer. And this is my grandson.
My name is Caleb, and my dad, Seth.
And this is my son-in-law, so this is a family unit here.
My first one is what I call a top shelf expander.
Top shelf expander.
Okay.
is a
For where? Cabinet or
for a cabinet for under the sink.
Okay.
Okay, after you put everything in there, the space
I got you.
that is
Got you.
in the
So tops of a shelf expander.
I created the name Bumblebees because I feel like I cross-pollinate ideas from different areas. My background's emergency medicine, and we're kind of the man of all trades, master of none. Caleb has the vision of a 9-year-old.
And then on the floor, there's going to be a little string that you can pull up, and then you can put stuff down there.
On the floor.
Yeah.
So it's floor storage. 9-year-old, they still have that imagination that hasn't been altered by real life experience, and Angel just has true life experience with patenting.
I have several patents to my name, so I could say that I'm an inventor. However, most of the projects that I have been involved in are in the category of a year or more, so going from a year to 48 hours, very different.
Give me the best ones first.
The best ones first are a dirty sponge. By the sink, you have clean water and you have a drain. I've had a lot of great ideas that I've always wanted to follow through with, and somehow they all get caught up. See all these things hanging upside down? You twist them to get them off, but you could just have suction cups or electromagnets on the bottom. For the garage, everybody has a bike pump. You could theoretically pump up a miniature 2 pistons that'll have your bike on it.
Well, I'm hoping that we come up with something that is at least, if not the winner, that is a good idea that we develop together. And I'm hoping that it's a great experience for my grandson, regardless of how it turns out.
Hi, my name is Robin.
Hi, I'm Kimberly.
And I am Kirby. And we are Team Homestar. I've done this previously, and as much as I said I would never do it again, here I am.
Kirby and I are a really great team. We've worked together for a very long time, and he asked me to do it this time, and I said, yeah, that sounds great.
Kirby had reached out to me and he said, hey, I'm part of Make48. I've done it several years, and I would like for you to join my team. And I was a little confused. I thought, well, I'm a graphic designer. I'm an artist, illustrator. Fashion designer. I thought, what exactly would you need from me? Because I don't have a background in engineering. And he said, well, I would want your artistic side. Remember the idea about the stackable recyclable containers? What if we have another idea, but we just make it smaller, like a lot smaller scale? So it's still colored, and then you have the idea where you can stack them on top of each other, and there is an opening on the side where you can even put things in.
I think the thing that really convinced me we needed Kimberly was the season 3 Nary. If Robin and I were to come up with that, it would have been a little black hockey puck. But instead, they came up with this really pretty yellow canary-looking bird. I never in my whole life would have thought to make it a little bit bigger than a hockey puck. But people would rather buy the canary than a hockey puck.
So this is the idea I have of this free-form wire cube that stores different items, and I want to make it somehow adjustable.
Does this incorporate
Yeah, this
those
incorporates
things?
this idea right
Which
here.
I still never understood how that works.
My issue is that I'm making stuff that looks really cool, but how do you make it?
Do I have to take it out, though, out of the cabinet to get to the thing in the middle? Or the back?
Oh, I see.
So do I have to take that whole thing, which would be really heavy, out?
Well, she's making cool looking stuff, but I'm looking and thinking, okay, what problem does it solve? Because if it doesn't solve a problem, it doesn't do any good. Well, this is just one of the, right, we hadn't picked yet, so this is one of the options. You do color coded. We are chasing every idea still.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're on schedule. We're not supposed to pick our idea to finally pursue until around dinner time. We don't have a unique selling proposition, really.
How do we make something cool looking, functional, but unique enough that we stand out?
Yes.
Right. In 48 hours, too.
Yes. So, yeah, we got nothing yet.
When I'm thinking of fridges, that's, key. Kitchen cabinets, again, that's a crowded, category.
My name is Adnan Loknoala. My name is Kyle Neufeld.
My name is Daryl Thomas, and we are Team Worlds Apart.
We met yesterday. We all applied individually, and we got the privilege of Skyping once, and then yesterday we finally got to meet each other in person.
One main problem with any storage is, sure, you can put things away, and then you forget about them, and then you don't know you have it, right? So some storage is not only physically putting things in, it's also could be just locating them, accounting for them. Some
Accessibility.
Sort of like, exactly. We have similar mindsets. So all like somewhat of an engineering mindset. No, Dell will say I'm not an engineer, but he's a self-made engineer. I would say that.
Yeah, these two guys come with the engineering credentials. I just got the makeshift, how to make it work, put it together kind of deal. And plus I'm older than both of these gentlemen, so I got the seniority of the team.
As a condo dweller, I don't have a garage for storage, but I have a locker in the basement, which is kind of like a garage. And again, it is stacked. But now, if you ever need something, one is you hopefully remember where you put it or what box it's in. Otherwise, if you're trying to look over, it's impossible.
I got a lot of containers in my bedroom right now stacked. Normally I gotta play my makeshift version of Jenga by moving this to get to another one, then I gotta dig through and find stuff. But
so what's the problem? I guess that we're trying to say. We're saying
accessing your
stored small areas
items.
still with accessibility.
Accessing your stored items.
Coming up with ideas and making sure it fits inside the category and making sure that it's novel and all that. It's challenging no matter what the category is.
The one thing with kitchens is they're very customized.
Yeah.
And if you come up with something which maybe is like a standalone item which sits on your counter, maybe that'll work. But if you try to put stuff inside a cabinet, depth of the cabinet is very important, width of the cabinet, because then you end up like, if you go small enough where you're like, it fits everything, you may be wasting space.
Yeah, my goal is just to be a sponge. I mean, first and foremost, to soak up as much knowledge and experience as I can from this.
Well, me personally, is to win the competition. Had to make my flight back to North Carolina that much easier and a little bit of pride.
Like our kitchen's so small that we have appliances everywhere, and sometimes we don't make a grilled cheese because we have to take 3 appliances out to get to like the George Foreman, and then we'll go like, let's order food instead of like moving out 3 appliances and then putting them back.
Originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and now spread out across the country, Make48 has brought together 3 siblings who wanted to do something special for the 4th member of their team.
It's our dad's favorite show. So as a surprise, we were like, let's get him on it.
My background is I have a master's degree in city planning from The Ohio State University, and all my life I'm trying to solve problems. It was always exciting, and we are very excited to be here.
My problem is reaching deep in the space under the sink, so that's a big thing for me.
We're taking a step back and we're trying to think about what problems are interesting to solve in the 4 categories and what gets us excited to solve. If it's under the cabinet in the bathroom, like I have 5 mascaras, and then I just like forget, or like a lot of like repeats of the same thing.
Storage of keys. When we walk in the door, we just throw the keys wherever, and then we don't know where to find them. Another issue we have is with our utensils for cooking. They're kind
that's a good one.
Me too.
Just in drawers. Yeah, there's no way to organize those.
Interaction between me and my kids is just priceless. So that's what I was looking for.
Have we addressed that we're all from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Team Radium, I tried not to play favorites, but I did, we got to compare favorite spots in Cleveland. All right, so what do you got?
Our idea is basically, it's like a plastic medicine cabinet that you can attach under the sink. So we're utilizing like the under the sink real estate. Like right now, it's the idea of like how suitcase, like luggage, the handle goes up and it has those pins that pop out. So you only need the top shelf. You only need to pop it up one level. You can grab it from the top, and then it has stops for each of the shelves until you get to the bottom.
I really liked the way Team Radium worked together. 3 siblings and a father.
Like another thing we talked about is if it's just a track and there's a catch that releases and the whole thing like slowly glides up by itself.
Ooh, I like that.
Its own thing.
That has a wow factor too. I really like that.
What do you guys hope to get out of this weekend?
$10,000.
There was a lot of family action here, and it kind of like warms my heart. I would love to build something with my family someday.
My name's Ian McMullen. This is my dad.
Alan McMullen, and we're the Mountain Minds because we're from Colorado. We like to go to the mountains all the time. It's a source of inspiration. You know, it's all about adventure. You know, we've skied together, we've mountain biked together, we've slept on the ground in tents together, backpacked together, and I thought this would be a great adventure.
Again, I think like in the garage there is a lot of those storage. So the garage is a storage space. So bike hooks, all that kind of stuff, I feel like exists already, you know?
I'm an artist and a poet. My degree is in fine arts and sculpture, three-dimensional. Perhaps being able to picture things might help us here in the competition. So far, we are picturing as fast as we can. You know, we're still trying to narrow it down, but we're not down to the bottom yet.
No? And what have you been exploring?
Hi, I'm Chelsea Lombardo, and I was a contestant on Make48 last season. I was a member of the winning team, Team Potluck. And now I'm back. I'm a tool tech, helping the wonderful teams.
These are our parameters. We got to stay either under the sink, in the fridge, in the kitchen cabinet, I guess, or in the garage.
I think one way to look at it is that they purposefully left it vague.
Okay.
That's
You know,
open-ended.
It's purposefully open-ended. Like, you can define what the garage is. It a residential garage? Is it a large-scale garage? Is it a motorcycle garage?
I think you really have to go in and define for yourself what is storage and what is worth being stored. And some teams definitely struggled with that.
My name is Dan Falkenstrom.
My name's Sam Wexler.
My name is Adam Shumiganowski, and we're Team InventTroy.
Our fourth team member is Anasha Cummings. He serves on the city council, and so that's why he wasn't able to make it, because he had a city council meeting.
After his city council meeting, he's gonna join us for the second half. So we work together at a makerspace in Troy, New York, and we all do different things and just kind of hung out together and decided to make a team.
Yeah, and we all have backgrounds in product development and manufacturing in the indie scene, like doing indie product development. So it's just awesome to see the energy and be in the space all the time, but still maintaining the freedom to explore problems and create solutions to it. We coach each other a lot and learn constantly around each other for that. So.
So we're coming up. We have a lot of broad categories.
We have a lot of
ideas.
We have not settled on anything though. We definitely have a lot of ideas, and we've already started penciling and sketching them, right? So I wouldn't say we don't.
Yeah. So we're coming up with a almost like a keg tap, but for dog food bags.
Right. Okay.
So the idea is trying to eliminate having extra containers and packaging that you would dump dog food into by just having a.
So the bag comes in a container.
Exactly. Use the container you already have.
So we've been basically just thinking through, like let's say the shelf is right here in front of you, and you got your bag of dog food that you're just gonna plop down. Then you will take that tube and puncture it, connect it. We have that sliding piece that goes in, grabs a little bit, and pops it when you pull it out. And it's gonna be, we're talking right now about doing a quarter cup because Dan has a Chihuahua named Max. Right. So Max has quarter increments. And so my dog Hazel, she's 3/4 increments. So Hazel gets 3 pumps. Max the Chihuahua gets 1 pump. Right. Big Bronco, Gives the word pump, Great- a lot of pumps. Great Dane gets 6.
So I spent some time with InventTroy. I watched them go through a lot of iterations of their idea, and they were kind of stuck in the mud. They were kind of convincing themselves that they were onto something good.
In my opinion, you should quickly start developing some slide tubes with maybe cardboard and hot glue.
Yeah.
And see what you could be up against. Maybe find some human food that mimics dog food.
One thing that's really important when you invent is being aware of the breakthroughs and forcing your brain and priming your brain to be allowed to have a breakthrough. And that's one thing I like about Make48 is watching new inventors go through that process and that sense of discovery about what they know they're capable of.
You picked up that measured amount and turned the thing, then pulled it out, it drops.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Then, but then when it pulls out, you gotta block that opening with something else.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, remember, I stopped by before and I was listening to your pitch and I thought you guys were talking about an Archimedes screw.
So I'm not going down that path.
Yeah, if you had a screw and there's the end of the thing, and then you have your pile of dog food can come right to the bottom of the bag.
They were able to stay in the area of the invention and have a nice breakthrough, and I think they came up with a really beautiful, elegant solution.
On the next Make48, the teams continue brainstorming creative storage solutions.
So let's just regroup on the idea. Remember, we want to try and focus on the principle in that case, the principle of your product.
And patent attorneys are brought in to ensure the teams aren't infringing on any existing patents.
Those are types of references that might be cited by a patent family for obviousness rejection.
Make48 is funded by
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
To learn more about the invention process and to see bonus content, visit Make48.com.